Picture this. You're washing your hands, thinking you're staying clean and healthy. But what if the very soap you're using could make you dangerously sick? That's exactly the concern sparking headlines across the country right now. A nationwide recall has been issued for several antiseptic and antimicrobial hand soaps sold in the U.S., including at major retailers like Walmart, after dangerous bacteria were discovered in certain batches. The recall is serious, not just a better safe than sorry situation. And experts are warning that for some people, especially those with weakened immune systems, the consequences could be life-threatening. If you've got one of these bottles or dispensers at home, you'll want to pay very close attention to what comes next. The company at the center of this recall is DermaRite Industries, a well-known manufacturer of healthcare and personal hygiene products. They voluntarily pulled back multiple lines of antiseptic soaps and cleansers after tests detected contamination with Burkholderia cepacia complex, often shortened to BCC. This isn't your run-of-the-mill bacteria. BCC is known for being naturally resistant to many common antibiotics. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, it's commonly found in soil and water, but can cause serious infections in vulnerable individuals. DermaRite's decision to recall the products was made in consultation with federal authorities, and it applies to both retail and healthcare facility supplies. So what exactly is Burkholderia cepacia complex? The CDC describes it as a group of related bacteria that are typically harmless to healthy people, but can cause severe health problems for those with chronic lung conditions, open wounds, or compromised immune systems. Infections can range from mild skin irritation to aggressive respiratory illness, and in the most severe cases, bloodstream infections that can lead to sepsis, a dangerous and sometimes fatal body-wide inflammatory response. The tricky part? Symptoms aren't always obvious right away, meaning an infection could be brewing before you even realize something's wrong. Now, let's talk symptoms. While some people may experience nothing more than redness or mild swelling at the point of contact, others could develop fever, fatigue, and worsening respiratory issues, especially those already dealing with conditions like cystic fibrosis or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. In more serious cases, the bacteria can move from a localized infection to the bloodstream, where it may trigger sepsis. Sepsis requires immediate medical attention, and without prompt treatment, it can cause organ damage or even death. That's why public health officials are urging consumers not to ignore this recall, even if they feel fine right now. The list of recalled products is long, and the affected items were distributed nationwide, including in Puerto Rico. Among them, DermaClean antiseptic lotion soap with vitamin E, DermaSara analgesic lotion for itchy skin, Clean Foam antimicrobial foam soap with aloe vera, and Perigene perineal area cleanser. These are products you might find in hospitals, nursing homes, assisted living facilities, and yes, even in some households. They're packaged in large refill bags, small bottles, and foam dispensers, so it's important to check every size and container type you might have in your bathroom or kitchen. DermaRite has provided a detailed list of product reorder numbers, lot numbers, and expiration dates so consumers can identify if they have an affected batch. For example, certain DermaClean 1000 milliliter bag and box packages with expiration dates ranging from July 2025 to February 2027 are on the recall list. The same goes for Clean Foam and Perigene products, each with multiple lot numbers. If you're not sure how to check, it's usually printed near the bottom of the packaging or on the label's back panel. This isn't the time to guess. Go grab your soap, flip it over, and look closely. So, what should you do if you find you have one of these recalled products? DermaRite's official instructions are straightforward. immediately stop using the soap, quarantine it from other hygiene supplies, and dispose of it following your local waste disposal rules. Facilities such as hospitals or clinics are being told to destroy affected inventory according to their own internal safety protocols. If you've already been using one of these soaps and notice any unusual symptoms, even mild ones, call your healthcare provider right away to discuss next steps. It's worth noting that as of now, no confirmed illnesses have been reported in connection with these recalled soaps. That's good news, and a big reason why officials want the products off the shelves and out of homes before any harm occurs. Preventive recalls like this are designed to protect public health proactively, not reactively. But that also means the responsibility partly falls on consumers to act quickly. The sooner these contaminated products are removed from circulation, the lower the risk for everyone, especially those most vulnerable. If you have questions about the recall, DermaRite has set up a dedicated phone line and email address for inquiries. You can call 973-569-9000, extension 104, between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday. Or you can email voluntary.action@dermarite.com. Additionally, the Food and Drug Administration's MedWatch program is encouraging anyone who has experienced an adverse reaction to report it. Reports can be submitted online through the FDA's official website or by mail or fax using their downloadable forms. This helps regulators track potential outbreaks and assess whether further action is needed. If you're wondering how bacteria like Burkholderia cepacia can end up in soap in the first place, the answer lies in manufacturing and storage conditions. Even antiseptic products can become contaminated if the raw materials, water supply, or equipment are exposed to the bacteria. Once it's in the mix, it can survive in the product for a long time, especially in moist environments like liquid soap dispensers. This is why companies regularly test their batches, and why recalls, while inconvenient, are a sign that the safety systems in place are working as intended. This recall is also a reminder of the importance of monitoring the everyday products we use without much thought. It's easy to assume that if something is on a store shelf, it's completely safe. But even with strict regulations, contamination can happen. That's not a reason to panic, but it is a reason to stay informed. Keeping an eye on FDA recall announcements and taking a few minutes to check your household items can make a huge difference in protecting your health. In the end, the takeaway is simple. Double-check your soap, dispose of any affected products, and be aware of any unusual symptoms if you've been using them. Public health experts stress that quick action now can prevent serious illness later. And while no one likes the idea of tossing out something they paid for, your safety is worth far more than a bottle of soap. This is about being proactive, not fearful. So check your inventory, spread the word to friends and family, and keep those hands clean with products you can trust. For those wondering if this is an isolated incident, recalls involving contaminated hygiene products aren't entirely new. In recent years, similar issues have been reported with hand sanitizers, lotions, and even mouthwash. The common thread is that bacteria and other microorganisms can find their way into products during production or packaging, and if not caught in testing, they can make it to store shelves. The good news is that the recall system in the US is designed to catch these problems and alert the public as quickly as possible. Still, this case highlights how important it is for both companies and consumers to stay alert. From a broader health perspective, this situation underscores a challenge in modern medicine: antibiotic resistance. Burkholderia cepacia complex is naturally resistant to several widely used antibiotics, making it harder to treat if an infection does occur. While healthy people are unlikely to get seriously ill, those with compromised immune systems or chronic conditions could face an uphill battle if they're infected. That's why public health agencies emphasize prevention. It's far better to avoid exposure altogether than to fight an infection later. So, as you finish this video, take a few minutes today to check your soap supply, not just at home, but also at your workplace, school, or any place you frequent. If you find one of the recalled products, remove it immediately and follow the disposal guidance. Share the information with anyone who might not have heard about the recall, especially those caring for children, elderly family members, or people with health vulnerabilities. Staying informed isn't just about protecting yourself, it's about protecting your community. Because when it comes to safety, every small action counts.